So they have this multimedia or media in your
Yeah,
university?
yeah. They have a team, and I'm part of it.
It's a team. No, I don't mean like team for the media and the campus. I mean like the education. They teach them.
Education, no, they
Okay.
don't have. They have liberal arts, but they don't have like cinema or
Cinematography,
about
yes.
media. They don't have.
Okay. How many people in your team have the degree of cinematography professional like you do?
Cinematography.
Yeah.
I am the only one who studied
the only
cinema, but we have someone who studied sound engineering, and we have designers. But this field is not like dependent on degree.
I know it's just an artistic thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can do it with architecture.
Yeah, but still,
Degree.
like it's not my passion to do it. I know, I understand. There's
Yeah.
some people without even education go into that, and they become very creative producers of this
Yeah.
subject. Anyways, I will go back to your beginnings, since the beginning of you. Before you even go to university or whatever, go back through your childhood. How did it like started for you to become like, or to go into art and production and movies and cinematography? It's like, what were your starts? Maybe you started drawing, or what did you do from the beginning till like start from childhood until university?
Okay, I grew up in a village, like it was a small village, and I studied they sent me to boarding school. I studied in boarding school for 12 years, like from first grade till end of high school. The thing is, I was a very silent kid. I was reading a lot, and I wasn't interacting with people too much. So
you're an introvert.
Yeah, I used to be introvert, and the best way for me to like tell about myself to other people or explain my feelings and everything, it wasn't through words. I couldn't like explain it with words. That's why when I was like teenager, I got this old film camera. I was start taking pictures. Like
which one? Like the film, the roller film, or the immediate one?
Rolling.
Okay, good.
I was buying films. I was rolling. If it's black and white, I was developing it with chemicals and stuff.
Have you ever done that yourself, or you take it?
I've done it myself. When it's black and white, you can do it, but when it's colorful, it's a little bit dangerous. The chemicals are dangerous. You cannot do it at home. So someone professional has to do it. So after I started photography, like early high school, I realized that this is my passion, and I can tell everything that I want through picture, through images, and through art. I didn't draw, but I was taking a lot of pictures, and that's how I decided to study cinema. Actually, I could have studied something else, but I wanted to study cinema. And
why specifically cinema? Like, what made you choose this specific discipline? Like, did you have stories already, ready-made stories in your head you wanted to tell?
No,
or what?
I wanted to learn about the camera. I wanted to learn about script writing, about cinematography. Okay, I'm taking pictures, mostly street photography, but it's different when it's cinema. When you try to tell a story through a film, it's different. It's not only picture, it's not only beautiful picture, it's sound, it's lighting. Through lighting, you can teach a lot of things. You can tell a lot of things. Through sound, you can tell a lot of things. That's why I study, and I'm happy that I studied, because I learned a lot.
So going from your high school, when you graduated, you already knew what university you want to go to, what discipline you want to study.
Yeah, actually, university wasn't my priority. I wanted to
you wanted to do it anyways.
I wanted to do it anyways, but luckily I got good ranking in university exams in Turkey, and I decided to study.
Because some artistic stuff like has other connections. Did you link this to anything other, like music, like other disciplines that connected you to cinematography, or this was something like separate? You had already a vision that you want to do. Anyways, without like disregarding the study, however, you went and you studied that. But I mean, when you were thinking about it, like you went directly into cinematography because you thought, okay, now I'm in high school, I will graduate, I'll just join the university, I will study cinematography. This is how you thought about it, or there was a different thought process, or maybe someone else suggested you should go study business or engineering.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, did you face any of those pressure in your family?
Of course, my family wanted me to study law.
Law?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's more prestigious and it can.
Is it profitable to do it in Turkey?
Yeah, it is. It is.
To practice law and whatever. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is. Of course, if you have good connections, it is. But I cannot separate it with from anything. And I knew even if I don't have passion, if whatever I study, I cannot be successful at it. This was my passion.
Okay, so you thought about your passion, because there is a lot of people they don't think about their passion.
I thought about it, of course. Like it's a big thing for me to say no to my father. That was like the biggest thing.
You said no to him?
I said no to him.
Okay.
He said study law. I said no.
Who supported you in the family?
My mother.
Your mother?
Yeah,
only your mother?
Only my mother, yeah. That's why he didn't talk to me for a long time. And after he realized that it's really my passion, when I was at second year of university, I started working in the big projects in Turkey. I was assistant director in some of TV projects, and I started editing. And
how did you get into that? Like, okay, you're a student, you have no prior record of anything that you ever done. How did you get into working on those projects that you got?
Istanbul is a big city, and everything about media in Turkey happens in Istanbul. And if you really open your eyes a little bit, and if you want to do it, if you want to meet people, there's a lot of good directors, a lot of good people in the field.
So you just show up and tell them, I want to work in your crew, and they take you.
Yeah, I was taking pictures, I was creating portfolio, I was showing them, I was writing the stories, I was meeting the directors, and I was showing them that I have passion, and that's how I met people, and that's how I got into these works. When I was at second year of university, I started working in TV shows, I started to do editing, and then advertisements.
I forget the fact that when I met you, you didn't even graduate. So
I'm telling you, I was student when I started working. And when I came to Kuwait, I was still student. But if someone offered me to come to, not if it wasn't Kuwait, if it was somewhere else, I wouldn't say no, because I wanted to experience new things. Yeah.
So remember that video that you made? I will attach something to this video. The video that you made about this book,
book
renovating books, or whatever. You made this video when you were in which grade?
Second year, when I was at second year of university. Yeah.
What was the reason behind it? Why did you go specifically to shoot this guy and shoot this video?
That story is a little bit good actually for me. It's a good memory for me, because when I was at the first year of university, I was working in a stationery part-time. We were selling like these inks and painting stuff. It was a cozy small boutique stationery. And my boss, her name is Handan, and the book binder was her husband. She asked me, she know I'm studying cinema. She said, do you want to just document something about him? Like, I met him, and I like it. For a few months, every weekend, I visit him. He was working, I was just filming. I was just witnessing things around. It was, after I finished, I had about 50 hours videos collected.
50 or
50 hours. 50.
50? How?
Yeah, I was just recording whatever happens there through the day.
How many minutes was the video?
Video was 20 minutes. So
20 minutes, you shot 50 to take only
50
20?
hours, yeah. So I'm watching through them and decide what kind of story I can get out of it.
Okay, and how
while I filmed, a lot of things happened. He changed his. He used to be there for 30 years. he changed that store. He moved somewhere else. I witnessed that too. I thought it will be good to just see this story, to tell the story through that, how long he has been in this store, and what, what's the difference between old and new store, his new store. And he's one of the only bookbinder in Istanbul now, and I think he's the only one now. Nobody else does.
Only one?
Yeah, because now with technology, like it's very easy for people. If you have ripped book, they can just make a new copy of that book for you. But he, like books that hundreds of years old, he just repaired those books with same cover. That's respect. I have big respect for his work.
Okay, how did you discover that he's a Marxist or Leninist or whatever you told me
yeah,
about it?
you witness of his friends when you there. You just sitting there with camera, you watching him, what he talks with his clients, with his friends, what he does during the day. Of course, you witness their ideology also, because the ideology is something that you cannot just cover.
Do you think that this reflected on the movie that you shot
Yeah,
for
of
him?
course.
Because I think I felt the atmosphere of the video. It's like, okay, I'm going through the old days of the Soviet Union or the Moscow or something, and you're shooting it. It's like I felt, okay, this is like, it gave me the feeling before I saw the books, when you saw this orangish lighting and the dusty offices, and you see the wooden place. You can feel, you can get the sense that this guy, okay, belongs to this ideological school of thought or whatever.
Like, first when I went to store, he uses guillotine to cut tons of papers. There's paper, for example, 500 pages of paper on top of each other. He uses guillotine to cut that papers, and it's ironic. There was a picture of Stalin with the flag of Soviets on that guillotine, and it was symbolically, it's something really good. It's good sense of humor that putting a picture of Stalin not on any other thing but on that guillotine, because
I think it was
true.
It was obvious in the video.
It was in the video, and one of his friend, while I filmed, he read a poem about Yuri Gagarin. Yuri Gagarin is the first person who went to space, and he's Soviet. They call them cosmonaut, not astronaut. He read a poem that Turkish poet write a poem about Yuri Gagarin, because Yuri Gagarin, after he went to space, he comes back, he says, "I see no God on the space." And this Turkish poet, got offended about it. How can you say there is no God? And he writes a really disrespectful poem about Yuri Gagarin. His friend read that poem, and they make fun of that poet. How you realize it is, and it's also in that documentary. Actually, it's on YouTube. We can give them link. They can watch it.
Yes, I'll put the link for it.
Yeah, he reads that poem, and I was during editing. I was when I was listening that poem about Yuri Gagarin, I was looking for. Of course, there is a lot of good music of Red Army, but I wanted something specific about Yuri Gagarin. And by luck, I found a really beautiful Russian song about Yuri Gagarin, and I put it on the documentary, and it fitted. It's good.
What's the most enjoyable thing that you did? That you shot or project that you participated in, other than this one. Okay, this one, it was even enjoyable to watch, but disregarding this one, what do you think it was your most enjoyable project or something that you worked on?
Well, it's not my favorite personally, but some makeup advertisements, makeup brand advertisements.
I saw this, but I'm talking about your favorite, not...
My friend, I enjoy working on that, but my favorite.
Let's say if someone told you, okay, what's the favorite project that you ever done? Like, show me your favorite project that you ever done.
Probably I will show them this bookbinder documentary.
Oh, seriously?
I like it because I was very young when I filmed it, and it was good process for me.
So, do you have any ideas starting now? There is a goal for you want to do something documentary about something specific, and you didn't even do, or you didn't get the chance to do yet, Do you have like an idea floating in your head?
Not documentary, but I have
Film.
I have a like scenario that I want to shoot.
You already have it in your mind?
I have it. I write it down also, but like it's a just dream for now to.
What's
filming
stopping
it.
you from shooting?
Finance.
Finance.
Financially, it's filming is not easy.
Oh,
Like
okay.
even like
Let's say you have the finances to do that. Okay, then what's stopping you from doing? Like the
and
location
if
is
I
okay.
have if I have
It's okay
that,
for you to do it.
location.
In Kuwait,
I have everything in mind actually.
No, I mean like the location of Kuwait. It's okay for you
No,
to shoot
it's
in
not.
Kuwait.
It's not.
Where do you need to go?
The story goes in Turkey and in Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Yeah, that's
okay. This is how you imagined your own story. Okay, so recently, I told you that I'm writing something that we will do hopefully together. I finished it, by the way. I'm just editing the script. I worked with you a little bit in some videos and whatever for some companies. But the thing is, I find it hard to sometimes to convey, but because I think this is a very important part. I find it hard to convey my thought to you. How do you can facilitate a way to make the ideas, get from my head to yours in a much easier way? Because I think it's even for me as an architect, when I sit with a client or whatever, most of clients they are not architects, so they don't know how to express what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So I use some psychological tricks. Actually, I learned from psychology in order to get ideas out of them. So usually, say I wrote a script, and I did, and I have a couple of ideas I want to do. So, but I cannot have the words to explain how I see it, because in my head it's like a movie. I can imagine it like a movie. I can even imagine the lighting, but I don't have the technical terms
to tell
to explain it. So
I don't have any like tricks that take it from your mind. That's why we have to discuss it. We have to have a communication.
It's not only the
easiest part is to finding references. For example, you are an architect and client tries to explain something to you, but the easiest way is to show you another project. As I want something like this, but a little bit different. He can explain to you over that project.
So you want to do like a mood board.
Exactly. There's mood boards, storyboards, and once the storyboard is ready, everything will be
so you do storyboards, or the storyboard has to be done by the writer?
No, I can do storyboard.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah, of course.
You sketch it, or
not sketching. Now you don't have to sketch everything. You can you can use stock images and stuff. The closest thing, and you can play with it. You can change on Photoshop those images and find the right atmosphere for you and implement it.
What was the biggest challenge, like doing what you do in Turkey before coming to Kuwait?
That's the dealing with people.
Why do you think that?
Because when you are in media and in a country like Turkey, I think the same case is also for Egypt. When you work in the media,
why did you specifically mention Egypt?
Because this field, media field in Turkey and Egypt, they're similar. There's really creative people technically, but they work with some famous people. They just, because they're famous, they're in these projects and stuff. And dealing with them is not easy because people can be really egoistic. They're egoistic. Like technically, you're trying to tell them something, but they don't understand.
Okay, what kind of people? I mean, the audience, or
not
the people
audience? No, not audience. People you film, like the artists you film.
I mean, you're talking to the artists themselves.
Yeah, actors and actresses. Like I remember, I was cinematographer in a Turkish TV show. There was this guy. He was an actor. He wasn't good in front of camera, and he came from Germany. He couldn't even speak proper Turkish.
Okay.
A few times I tried to tell him that like the things you say is wrong saying this way, because in Turkish I'm not gonna say now what's word. I don't even remember the word. I tried to explain him, and he couldn't understand that. And the director, because I was very young, I was 21 years old, something like that. The director was very harsh, and it was one of my first projects, and I couldn't fix the problem because he didn't listen to me. And director saw the problem in the editing, and he started shouting at me. That was one of the toughest times.
So your point is like the toughest thing to deal with when it comes to media or whatever cinematography that you're doing in Turkey is dealing with the people in the field itself, not the audience.
Yeah, in the film
industry.
I'm dealing with the technical part. I don't even care about audience.
The audience, yes.
But like I have a task. They tell me technically, can we do this? I say, yeah, we can do this. Technically, I'm doing what requested from me. But if audience doesn't like it, it's not up to me. It's directors and producers.
Okay. Did you do any creative, or did you get any creative space in your work in Turkey?
No.
Never?
No.
Always you did what you were told?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay,
that's one of
professionally. Yes.
Yeah, that's one of like the things I feel regret about. I should have done something that I'm really happy about. Something more professional than the first documentary I filmed. Something more professional and like I can be happy about, but I didn't get that chance because you have to make money, right? You have to work for some people.
100%.
You have to make money, and when you work for someone else, they restrict you. You cannot be creative there.
100%. I told Ahmed the last podcast I had with him that I had to sell my soul at the beginning and design houses that I would never design or approve or whatever, just to get clients, to get my name out there.
Yeah.
And then you start to be a little bit picky, but then you have some people, okay, they are nice people, but they don't have the right mindset or taste for the art itself. So, okay, what do you think you need in order to fully produce only what you want, or only the stuff that makes you happy or represents your creative thought or represents your ideas?
I'm gonna say money, but money is not the most important thing. It's not the most important thing. Like I know if I lose my passion, if I have millions of dollars, still I'm not gonna produce anything because I will enjoy that money. The thing is, you said we have to sell our soul.
At the beginning, we did all
at the beginning, but now I feel like I'm at the edge that I drained all my soul because I'm not as passionate as the beginning. I have to find that passion again.
Oh, what do you think might ignite this passion? What do you think it might ignite this passion again?
What do I think? I think to just to maybe to think about a good story, maybe start reading again. And I lost it after I came to Kuwait, actually.
Why did you stop reading or coming?
Like here, the society is different, and the most people here are, of course, I'm not blaming that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Even for me, once we are in Kuwait, we cannot prioritize our passions or thoughts because we are here for work, and our priority is to make money. And the more we make money, the more responsibility we have, and the more things we have to buy and
have to disagree.
Stuff. Well, the case for me is this. Like
I have to disagree because I really started to make more money when I started chasing stuff that I love. And I think for you to be the same. If you started producing more films, I started to do it, you will earn way more money.
I have to convince myself, and I have to like be brave about it, so I can say, okay, I want to live at least 2 days in a week. I want to do the things that I want. So
You need discipline.
Yeah, but where I work
You
now,
don't have discipline.
yes, exactly. I don't have that discipline.
Oh, you should.
But the thing is not only about, it's not just about discipline. Even if I have discipline, for example, I cannot tell the company I'm working at now, tell them I want to work part-time with you. I can work for you, but I want
It's not
my
part
time
time. You can
also.
work on your project in your free time. When you go back home and you sit down, you can start, like, say, writing at the beginning. And the weekends, you can start
It-
shooting some
you
stuff.
like, I understand that you have the weekend, but
Mhm.
believe me, for creating something you need more time than weekend, because and you need also taking care of your body. Like, filming is not easy. Seriously, filming is not easy. In the summer, especially in Kuwait, you film under the sun. You go there, you come here, you feel tired. You might tell me, no, you can like have more agility. Don't complain about it, but
Yes,
you
of course I
yeah,
will tell you that,
but it's
because
not
I
that.
just came back from the middle of the desert. I
Yeah,
was checking a few houses, so I just showered and came back directly to you. And I will go out and have 2 meetings after you. So
yeah, but it's
don't
different.
complain.
It's different. It's different work. Seriously, it's
Okay,
different.
I do
And
understand.
not only that.
Mhm.
Let's say, you want to do the things that you want. There is a lot of things that I want to do about filming.
Okay.
But there's always something. Okay, I think about it. I write the stuff in my mind. Whenever something comes to my mind, I write it down. But it's not only writing it down, it's finding people that can help you, can work with you on it. And it's not only this part, also there is still, we coming to finance.
Okay.
How you gonna finance this?
It's easy. The finance is the easiest, in my own opinion, is the easiest way, the easiest thing to find or to do. Okay, so I asked you about the hardest thing that you had to do, and like, or your obstacles in Istanbul. What is your obstacles in Kuwait? It's like, the hardest thing that you had to deal with as a film director in Kuwait.
Um, I'm not film director now,
Okay,
because
so you
there is
now
projects we work on it.
okay. So
But
what do you do exactly?
I, like, my title is videographer, but
Okay.
when we film something big, some big projects,
Mhm.
it's of course there is someone who has to direct, right? And
Yes.
when you don't work with people who understands the production, like when there is no gaffer, when there is no uh, uh, camera assistant, when there is no
Mhm.
producer, you're doing everything. For example, one of the recent projects I filmed, I did everything. I prepared props. I tried to prepare the script, because it was last minute
The
thing.
script.
Yeah, and you prepare light, you prepare a lot of things.
Mhm.
You are now more than a director. You become a producer. You become a gaffer. You becoming everything in the project. One of, like, the obstacle that I'm facing here, but it's not because here. It's because you're working in corporate, which
Mhm.
is not actually production company.
Uh-huh.
Uh, you're doing everything. Like, the obstacle is, okay, they want big project, but you cannot ask them that the big project is, you cannot make big project out with only one person or two person. Big projects are
So
more
let's say
expensive.
you need staff.
It's teamwork. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you need stuff, because on one camera, if you want big project, it has to be cinema camera. At least it has to be something that you can film raw, something like Blackmagic. For using that camera, you need camera assistant. You need follow focus. You need a lot of things, and it's not the one person work. And I'm trying to do it
Okay, but I'm talking here a
myself.
little bit in the general scene, not only in your say company that you're working in. So in the general scene of Kuwait, like, did you uh, pick and choose? Did you look around and people who direct movies and whatever? Because I had I found a couple of film directors here in Kuwait, like locals, and they were actually producing not as much, but they're producing from time to time, like a short film or whatever. So the scene is here, but it's a little bit shy at the moment.
Yeah.
So, did you reach out or find
No, I do.
find someone or
I
talk
do
to someone?
follow some local directors that they're really good. Like someone, I think his name is Muhanna. He filmed a show for Netflix. He's really good. He's really.
I mean, did you reach out in person?
He's really good.
Like, did you know in person?
We follow each other on Instagram, but in person we didn't meet.
Okay.
I met him like through
I want you
a
to get
friend.
immersed in the scene, because according to the level of the work that you produce, and the level of knowledge that you have in editing and cinematography, and you're one of the rare cases of the people in the field that have a degree for it. Now, it's like most people, okay, they have a passion for it or whatever, but you have a degree for it. So you have, other than your passion or what you love, you have the science to support it. You know how to do it in a scientific manner, by theory and by practice. Most people only know how to do it by practice. So if you have more to offer than most people, if you get more immersed in the scene, I think it will stand out more than the regular, you know, say cinematographer or director or whatever. Because most people, you find it like they studied business or architecture or engineering or any discipline, and okay, say I have a love for photography or cinematography or videography, or as the person that we found one time, iPhoneography. Say it's another thing. So do you believe in that, by the way? For me, it was a joke.
I don't believe in that. You cannot. Okay, of course you can take pictures with phone, but you cannot make it professional. I don't believe in that. I don't know how to take pictures with phone. I do take pictures, but it's just to keep it in the phone, to remember something, to take picture of some notes. You cannot.
It should be a little bit harder, because when it's so easy and everyone
it is that's why when you offer people with cheap equipments, you go to some people, you find clients, or they can offer you like 20 dinar. Of course, now when the client comes to us and they talks about some projects, and they offer you some funny amounts that you don't want even to talk about, and you don't know how to tell them. You're telling them, see, this for this I need these equipments. I'm buying these equipments, but the amount that you're offering, your budget is not enough for that. They say, yeah, but I met someone that can do it for 30 dinar.
Yeah, I know, because the other person doesn't know what they're doing. It's like now anybody can just put under their name a title, I'm a photographer or whatever, and they go and they set up a page on Instagram or whatever social media platform, and they start taking pictures of the sun and some trees.
But I have respect. I don't want to be disrespectful, but
no, I'm here to discredit a lot of people, because I face the same in my field. There is a lot of people in my field comes to architecture, interior design, and whatever. They start like to take templates online and put some picture on them, and again, they devalue the work that comes with knowledge, with concept, with ideas, through ideas and understanding of each line and each lighting and each opening and each design, each color. And some people just do it because it just looks pretty. It's not enough. I don't think it's enough.
No, it's
I think
not.
it should. There should be a science behind it.
No, of course not.
It's for everything. I think because everything became so easy, so everybody now became a professional.
Beauty is not everything. Like when one of the things that I learned when I studied cinema was the professor asked in the class, what's the most important thing in the movie? It's not lighting, it's not image, it's not sound. Like, of course, these things are important, but the most important thing is feeling.
If you tell a story.
To tell a story,
okay, exactly.
The feeling, and then technicality comes. Of course, you can tell a story with iPhone, but I don't know. I don't believe that you can just call yourself a photographer and take picture of something. And
this is my point. My point is
I
nothing should be for everyone. because now
Yeah.
it's everyone. Okay,
I I
I cannot
I
find anything to do. It's cool to take pictures.
I believe that there should be more effort in something in creation than just grabbing and filming. If also it's for like, even if you have big camera, if you have the most expensive camera and you film with that camera, but if you don't have backstory, it's still not something that uh, I would care about it.
Exactly,
There
my
should
point. My
be
point is like
story.
this discredits people who are professionals. Say, if anybody can now just go and buy a camera and start taking some courses. And what bothers me the most is those courses online you can find everywhere,
Mhm.
that unqualified people giving courses to unqualified people. So you have a blind man leading a blind people,
Yeah,
like a group of blind people.
yeah.
So the outcome of that is to devalue you. Say you are a valuable professional director, that you graduated from a cinematography college, and you have a degree in that, you have a back history, you have a catalog of work that you've done before, and comes a person who took literally pictures of the sun and the trees and their dog and their cat and whatever. And because the public, not everyone is that immersed into art, and you know, and so they don't know what's the difference. I told you before, I remember when we were shooting it earlier, it's like I cannot tell the difference of most of the stuff that you're saying. So by following those steps, okay, so now I'm
Mm.
offered this. Firat comes to me with 2,000 dinars for a project, and I don't know what's his name, comes to me with 200 dinars to shoot the same project. Of course, I'll take that.
Yeah,
It's like 10 times less, and I cannot tell the difference because I'm not a professional. But at the end, the small details that the professional puts in his work will make the difference, will give the feeling, will give the vibe.
yeah,
Because some people think, for example, what we do is, as architects and designers, when we design a house, when we design, say, a building, a shop, or whatever, we're not only designing the space by colors or whatever. We are telling a story. Again, we also tell a story by our buildings. When you go through a building and it leads you to do this and that, and gives you comfort, and it goes with the environment, and it goes, the colors talks to your psychology and
Mhm.
whatever. Every little bit of design is telling a story in a different sense. So when you take that away from the design becomes dull and doesn't have any meaning in it, doesn't have a soul. And this is what everybody's talking about now. It's like the architecture of modern cities is killing the cities. Say, there was a lecture about Dubai. There's a lot of amazing buildings in Dubai, but most of them, not all of them, some of them, they have a concept, they have design. Most of them is just cubes of glass that they don't represent anything about Dubai or about Emirates. Same here in Kuwait. You have only three buildings, like skyscrapers, that describe Kuwait, which is Hamra and now MBK Tower, and some other buildings in Kuwait. So they actually tell the story of Kuwait.
Mhm.
It's not about just building a big, tall skyscraper made of glass that reflects nothing. Actually, the idea of a glass building, when they started in New York, it was in front of the cathedral. So when they made the building in glass, they wanted to reflect the cathedral. So this
Mhm.
was the point. It's not only, okay, this building glass looks nice, so I'll make a tall building and I'll make it reflects glass. This is because, as I mentioned before, anybody now can get into engineering and architecture and becomes an architect. And now I'm designing houses, I'm designing buildings, I'm designing everything, and I got high grades on that because the system is easy. If I know what to do,
Mhm.
I ask the older generation, what did you do to pass the test, to pass the exam? It's easy for me to become an architect. Whether it's like those people or those things are disgracing our field. I mean, same can go for photography. Same can go, by the way, I got recently into the fashion design and into the writing. Writing, I've been writing since 10 years ago. So when you start like doing that, so the reason actually I got into the world of fashion design and whatever, and I wanted to get involved into that, because okay, everywhere you go, say if you go to the mall, you go shopping for casual stuff or for official stuff. most of the stuff are there. It's like, this doesn't make any sense, or I don't know, like, where are the decency of men or women? It's not about exposing or disexposing stuff. It's like, things used to have more value.
Yeah,
clothing used to have more value.
The problems that we're talking about, all of them actually leading one thing, that the everything about consuming, everything, it has to be
Consumer culture.
really social media is about that. The modern cities is about that.
Yeah, so I think it's the same with cars. Cars used to last longer, used to have a better design.
Yeah,
it's like before than 80s.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, you know, my car is not the old car. It's one of the late cars, and even when you call me, you said come here. I ask
you fix your car every few days.
I ask you that it's too hot because I know it overheats quickly. I don't want to even drive the car.
Yeah.
It's same thing actually, because I have this car. I don't want to even drive that car. I love driving car, but I don't want to drive my car because it's just it's the product of the just fast consumers.
They are not making products that last long because they want you after 5 years to buy a new different
exactly. Yeah. The thing we see on social media with TikTok and with Reels, everything is so fast. You just want to see once and just pass about it. Everything is so fast. That's why creating something in this time is not easy. You want to do something that will last long. If you want something that will really last long and people will talk about, you have to create something better than Zaha Hadid and Hadid as an architect.
Zaha Hadid didn't actually. I don't disagree with Zaha Hadid. Zaha Hadid only made fictional buildings.
Yeah, but she made people talk about it.
Yeah, but fictional buildings you cannot build. It's so easy to make fictional. I can make fictional building today, and you can never build it because it's not cost effective. By the way,
I think it's unique. I haven't been.
It's unique. It's unique. It's good.
Buildings,
she's an artist, but she's not an architect. There's a difference. Big difference. An artist, maybe they imagine stuff and they reflect their art on paper. Okay, you can be an artist and architect at the same time, but an architect is the person who can make the art comes to life. And she did that in a few occasions, but most of her art is an art you cannot actually imply in real life because you cannot break down a budget of a rich country to build only one building. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, you can come up with the crazy ideas. Will can come up with the crazy ideas.
You know that better than me. I don't know, but I personally I like the buildings that designed by Zaha Hadid. It's unique. Well, once you see, you can tell it's Zaha Hadid.
Yeah, 100%. But there is also a lot of architects can do that, like Norman Foster, like Mies van der Rohe, and there is a lot in that same category, specialized architects that they have this imprint on their buildings. But yeah, I know Zaha Hadid is mainstream.
I have a question for you as an architect. Why, like hundreds of years ago, people could build a city like Rome, these beautiful creatures in Rome or in beautiful cities around the world? Maybe I can mention Florence, but mainly Italy. Why they could do it like hundreds of years ago, but why not now?
They can do it now, but the problem is people are not patient enough because most of the city were built over hundreds of years. This is the first thing. Now you want a building to be finished in 1 year, and actually, this is why people they don't love the places that they stay in because there's not. They have a connection to the place.
Yeah,
if
the
place is just concrete and flat buildings, or you make a design that looks like Rome, but you're in the middle of Kuwait. Kuwait has a very beautiful architecture. They have like their own architecture, but nobody builds with that. Actually, there is few say houses and buildings in Kuwait. They built it in the Kuwaiti architecture. But why they don't imply that? Everybody wants to, I want to do this columns in the front of the house, and I want my house to look like the house in Rome. No, make your house the best possible house you can do in Kuwait. So
I don't know this villa. When you go to Salwa, there is this red color. I think it's red color. There is some funny sculpture in front of that villa. I don't know if you know that.
Which one?
I don't.
There is one house also near the beach. It looks like Spanish
near
building.
the beach.
It's
But
displaced.
It's fine.
It's displaced. I know there's a lot of
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit.
yes, it doesn't fit. And other than doesn't fit, it's not for the atmosphere. Actually, the Kuwaiti architecture is the perfect architecture for the atmosphere of Kuwait. So when you take that out of the equation, and I get clients that all the time, okay, I want like big glass windows. Okay, and their house is pointed to the south. Exactly, is facing the sun at noon exactly. So what they are doing is they're making their houses or buildings like ovens. And you try, okay, then my job as an architect is try to educate you about what you shouldn't do. But yeah, I saw this building in Germany, I won't like it. Okay, in Germany, it's not the same weather, so you cannot apply the same rules of architecture.
That's why architect should be different.
This is, for me, the toughest thing that we're facing when we're dealing with clients is to educate them that it's not because you like how things look that you should do them for yourself. And you cannot just copy and paste a house from say a place to another, or from a city to another. Even two houses in the same street, they should not have the same specs, because the two houses and the direction of the sun, direction of the wind, and everything should affect the design. But rarely we can find that, and rarely I can convince a client to go along with the plan. So I think it's this is the toughest thing that we're facing here. Is okay, I'm trying to educate you as a professional that you shouldn't do that, and it's for you, it's not for me. It's best for you not to do that, to control the house, to control the environment, to create an adventure for you in your house, rather than just being upset in summers and bothered in winter that you don't get enough, say, air and ventilation while the weather is good outside. And in the summer, the house is too hot. Everybody complains from the same problems, and they go, okay, I think it's the AC company problem. I think it's I don't know, people who did the insulation for me outside. No, it's not that. The problem is that the place is designed for, like, your house or building or office building is designed for a different city, and you just place it here. Here you have different rules. So easy. If you just stick to the different rules, you will produce the right product for the place. And again, it will give the country, it will give the place a different feeling. The thing is, when I went last time, when I went to Vienna, I went for only 2 days. The thing is, even when you go through the streets, you have the old buildings, and then you have the new modern building, but it's designed as the same style as the old building, as Austrian architecture. This is what I like. I really dislike when I go to those old cities and you see a building in modern
skyscraper in the middle of the old city.
Yeah, glass, metal. You know, I don't want to say it, but doesn't have a meaning, doesn't have a soul. So this is my point. This also reflects somehow in everything. Same for you in making movies. This is why I rarely can see in the cinema or the movies. I can rarely see a good movie. It used to be like each couple of months you have a good movie coming out. You expect it. Now all the movies that they literally died. So for me, the last real movie that I saw was Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So after that, okay, you have.
I think another movie is coming. You'll like
Which one?
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm waiting for it since they talk about the story like a few years ago. I was waiting for
probably. I think like there is few directors, and hopefully they will not change direction now. Like Tarantino, I think he will retire soon.
I really don't know about it.
He said that the 10th movie and I'm retiring.
I don't know. I don't know.
But he's making, by the way, a TV series now.
I don't know.
No, he's producing a TV series right now. And Guy Ritchie, I like Guy Ritchie movies. I like how he shoots stuff.
Maybe. But there is also good directors in Europe if you follow them. But the
thing is, this is the problem. I cannot listen to something I don't understand. I don't like to watch subtitles. I don't like, it distracts me from watching the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. like one of my favorite movies is a language that I don't understand. It's Italian. It's the Great Beauty, La Grande Bellezza.
Do you
It's
feel
by-
connected when you read only subtitles? It just
I
disconnects
do.
me from the movie.
I do.
I'm focusing here and here. I cannot do that.
Like I do. I don't know. I watched that movie more than 5 times. I love the movie. It's because it's not only about the dialogues and
the story.
it's about, you can feel the story when you just watch it, because that's why cinematography is important. It's really like one of the biggest thing in the cinema, because he can tell the story with image and not only dialogues. And actually the important thing about that movie is it's not dialogues, it's the cinematography. You have to watch it. Like,
What's the name?
The Great Beauty.
Great.
By Paolo Sorrentino.
Paolo Sorrentino?
Yeah.
Oh, nice name. What other, like, by the way, Ian, so we didn't talk about this, like directors that you get inspiration from, like, or you think they match your style a little bit?
Match my style?
Yeah, or just like you try to, or you hope to do something of a similar, feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you want to do something that represents you, but like, say, if you had the chance and the finance and everything was right, which type of directors will suit your personality more?
Okay. Let me think about it.
Think.
I think Francis Ford Coppola will be one of them.
Francis who?
Francis Ford Coppola.
Which is directed what?
The Godfather.
The Godfather. Yeah,
And
yeah. Oh my God.
Apocalypse
You
Now.
like this style?
Yeah. Yeah. I think Godfather is like the Godfather.
One of the best movies. Of course. It's for a reason.
I think the second Godfather 2 is better than first.
Why do you think
first
that?
is good also? I think because of the story gets into like something. It gets deeper.
It's not about the story.
It gets deeper in Godfather 2. You see what happened in Italy. You see the past, and you see now. I don't know. I think Godfather is one of the most important.
Okay, but what specifically in that? Like, other than the story, you get the story. Okay, we get that story is good. Everybody liked it, but when it concerns to direction and lighting and
yeah,
what's the thing that attracts you the most about the movie itself? Like, if you would produce something,
direction.
Like
direction.
The shots.
As I read, Francis Ford Coppola really insists for Al Pacino to play Mike, and you can feel the way Coppola directs. It's the same thing. You can get that feeling from Apocalypse Now. It's totally different story, but the way that he tells the story, he directs it, is the same. It's unique. And the same thing is also with other directors. Christopher Nolan also. Christopher Nolan is not one of my favorite, but I like his works. And whatever, if you watch Interstellar and you watch Inception, you can tell it's the product of the same director. This is his signature in.
I love
movie.
Inception. I love Inception.
It's the signature.
Yes, I love because he inserted the architecture inside, this time space stuff. Like that he has to be an architect to design a city, and this has to do with the connection of your sleep. Because yes, sometimes in my dreams I go into a fictional city, and you have a dream, and you don't know in which place this dream is, but yeah, in your dream you have a street, there's people, there's buildings. I don't know where is that exactly. Yeah. So I think adding that in his movie was a great move. I don't know if it was the writer or him, but
I think he writes. He
wrote the movie.
He writes the movies. The movies that he films, he writes them, and he's also a scientist. I think like he's really into science. That's why all the movies, all of his movies. Interstellar. You're watching Interstellar.
There's a lot of information in that.
Movie confuses you a lot, but in the movie, the mathematics of the movie, he puts it on a place that it makes sense for the story. Like in the time going back and coming from the future makes sense in his movies because he uses science in his stories in a really good way.
Good.
That's why I might.
What other like directors do you think when you looked at them, like before even you got into the like the cinematography or whatever, it's like you're a fan of some guy or some director that I want to be like this because as a child, for example,
I don't know you heard about him, but I don't. Do you know? Have you ever heard Godard? Jean-Luc Godard.
Jean-Luc
Godard.
No.
It's he's French director.
Oh no.
He's
I'm not good with the French.
New wave director, and it was in the 60s, 70s, 80s. They made really good movies, and you know the
French movies.
Yeah. But I know you don't like it, but for cinema history, it has really good places. You know the fourth wall in the cinema when you when you film
you don't
something,
break the fourth wall.
You break. You know the term of breaking the fourth wall comes from where? Comes from French New Wave.
They were breaking the fourth wall.
They first time they use it. The actor directly looks at the audience.
Talks to the camera. It's like the House of Cards.
Talks to the camera. Yeah. If you watch the movie Pierre Le Fou, he does that. I remember first time that all the movies that I watched, first time I saw someone that looks at the camera and talks to the audience, and it was something really strange to me. That's why I got interested in French cinema. It's beautiful.
I think the best. I don't know. Through my knowledge, the best person who ever did this is Kevin Spacey in House of Cards.
Kevin Spacey House of Cards is just recent. They did it.
I know. It's 60s. Like I never like watched 70s French movies rather than 70s French anything.
Maybe that's why I studied the field because I was really into it. I was nerd about the movies, about the everything. Yeah.
Okay. So, what's your newfound love of chess?
Oh,
when you first came, you had no hobbies. When you first met you,
I had hobbies, but you know, Time has to show. I used to play chess. Because I told you I was studying.
But recently, I see you're obsessed. You're sharing
recently
your matches.
I got obsessed because I don't know. I think from work when I come home, I try to find something that really interests me. But watching Netflix and watching some movies. Of course, it's always fun, but I try to.
The fun ends.
I try to go back to chess. I used to play when I was a kid, and I started playing chess again on chess.com. I tried to create an account. It didn't let me because I already had an account. I forget about it. I started playing again. It's been like a few months. It's been 6 months. I started playing again. It's just beautiful. It's really exciting. Like the adrenaline that the game gives you. It's
adrenaline. Most people will think it's boring because it takes hours.
But it takes hours. That's what the fun about it. You making it take hours because you thinking about it, and that process of thinking is actually exciting. But also it's really frightening. Whenever I start new game, sometimes I afraid to start the game because I afraid of losing the game.
Why are you afraid of losing the game?
Because
it's fun.
Because of that, if in chess, if you lose the game, 100% you did a mistake.
Of course,
and sometimes facing your mistakes is really frightening. That's why playing chess is frightening, but it's fun. Like you have to try it. Like you have to face your fears, and it actually gives you great ability of thinking different ways, strategies.
So one of the best things that trains your mind about thinking about strategy is thinking ahead, thinking steps before you even make them.
And in chess, the better you get, the more steps you have to think ahead, because once you get better, you face better opponents. Like my now they call it ELO, the chess ranking in the world. They call it ELO. I think ELO is someone's last name. I think he designed this ranking system. Now I'm almost 900. My ELO is 900. I started playing chess like 3 months ago.
So each match,
again.
how many elos you get?
It depends on your.
Record.
Opponent. But if your opponent is strong, it gets you more. But usually it's between 8 and 12 in chess.com. And there's another website, Lichess. I don't know their ranking. I don't know how their ranking works, but chess.com is very simple. When I first opened my account, my elo was 300, and now it's 900, almost 900. And I'm planning to get better and better.
Have you played in real life? I mean, like,
yeah, I play. Actually, one of the memory I have about my childhood, it was, there's always this competition between cousins and brothers and stuff, right? I had this cousin. They were living in the city. We were living in the village, and his father is working in the government and working for government. I'm not gonna say what he does. They came to village once. It was summer. He was talking about his kid too much. My kid plays chess. My kid is so smart and blah blah. Like we don't know about the chess. We living in the village and we don't know about chess. And his son tried to play with the kids. He beat kids. He came I play against his kid. He thought I don't know about chess at all. He started opening, it was so bad. In my second move, I checkmated him. It was the most fun. The
beginner's luck.
It wasn't beginner's luck. I knew about chess. I learned chess at school, at boarding school. I knew how to play. He didn't know that I know how to play.
Okay.
It's one of the the best memories I have, because winning is good. I'm not a competitive person, but when someone is really bragging about themselves and you win against them, oh my God,
you like to break someone's ego.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. But you should be competitive anyways, because competition creates excellence.
No, I am competitive in a way that's not disrespecting.
Yeah, it's not harmful. Like
I wouldn't tell this story if he was a random person that like me. We play chess and I beat him. I wouldn't even remember. I remember the story because he really bragged about himself. His father really bragged about him. Because my son is so smart. We're living in the city.
It's like someone inflated their image.
Exactly.
And you like to deflate.
Exactly. Being underdog makes the taste of success, taste of winning more delicious.
Actually, most people who brag too much about something comes out of insecurity.
Yeah,
does not come out of confidence or whatever. Because if you know that you can do it anyways, you don't need to talk about it because you already did it and you will do it again and you will do it again. But if you doubt that you can do it, if you did it once or twice, you got lucky, and you doubt that I can repeat the same thing, then then I might over brag or whatever. This is like to cover my insecurities.
Yes. Being proud of something that you are good at is different.
Yes.
But
being proud is one of the best feelings.
Yeah,
it's like I feel I'm proud of what I did. But it's not I'm proud of what I did and I tell you, okay, I did this and it's better than what you did.
Yes, exactly.
This is insecurity. This is not even pride.
Yeah.
This is insecurity, and some people like to brag too much about it. So I'll give you an idea. I don't know if you already had this in your mind, but let's say, have you ever thought of making a movie about chess or a short movie about chess?
Actually, it's a good idea. I was thinking about, but I couldn't find a story that I can tell.
No, it's easy. It's just about I will pitch you the idea and you think about it.
Yeah, sure.
So this is how I think about it, because actually the game of chess, it has a story. First, you move this in order to get that. So you want to take the king, or you want to take the queen, you want to take the place. So you can make it as in a story, like you want to destroy or to get revenge or to take over something from someone. So you can make the entire short film in a low budget on a chessboard, where then you start moving pieces, and by moving the pieces, you tell a story. Even you can put a voiceover on it or not, or just like write or indicate something to tell your story, whether it's a love story, whether it's like a political story, and it can work politically very well, and in a very romantic manner. Say you just had an election in your country, and it can be a chessboard.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. So you can work it out as like that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's a chess move. Even if you're the better person, you can lose. You can still lose.
I got your idea. Just to story be on the board.
Yes, I don't like
with
to
the
tell
pieces.
Clear ideas. I like to indicate ideas. I think it's better to do that, because rather than just being too obvious about things, sometimes it will lose its mind. Like, even if you're flirting with someone, you like to indicate that they're beautiful. Because telling them that they are beautiful, they know.
Yeah,
everybody tells them that.
Finishes the story.
Yes. So you don't want that. You want to indicate it. So you want to make them more intrigued. So I think by indicating something on a chessboard, it will be a perfect example. And there's so many metaphors you can get out of
like
that. A soldier,
symbolism.
a soldier just obeys and goes a straight line. A knight obeys, but just can turn around a little bit, can jump over soldiers, and you can tell, okay, a queen, ladies, they can move all over the place, and they can do whatever they want to. A king moves one step at a time because he's more calculated than than the queen that just moves randomly. A castle just moves straight and takes everything.
You by soldiers you mean pawns. You can you think pawns are not that important? Of course, they're important.
It's they're the reason that you might win, but they only move forward
and takes diagonal. But the only piece that can promote and be queen is also pawn.
Yes, but you need the soldiers, you need the pawns, because actually, yes, they are very much controlled. Like in society, they are very much controlled. They do what they're told, but you can never give them up. If you give up the working, I think the pawns are the working class. It's like, if you give them up, you cannot run the society, you cannot run the infrastructure, but you need them. They can promote you. They can make you rich. They can make you poor. They can make you successful. They can make you a failure. They can make you lose. They can make you give you security. At the same time, still, you need them. But at the same time, okay, they listen to what you're saying. Like, the knight just jumps over them.
At the end, also you control the knight.
You control everything. I mean,
in a game,
gets more freedom.
If a closed game, the middle aim usually is closed. If it's closed and you cannot move more, knight becomes handy because it can jump over other pieces. The closed game makes knight the most important piece.
What is the closed game?
Closed game, when your all files are closed, you don't see the opponent's pieces. It blocked by your pawn or blocked theirs. By their pawn. In that case, knight becomes handy because knight can jump over over any piece, but none other piece can jump. Like in the closed game, it's knights are important, but when the files are open, when there is not much pieces on the board, rooks and bishops becomes important. No, like it depends. In each game, each game is different. It depends, like, which piece is more important. Sometimes you have to sacrifice your king queen in order to win. And like one of the things I enjoy the most at chess is, I know at the end I'm gonna win, and I sacrifice my most important piece. That satisfaction is good, actually.
Okay, this is a good way to look at it, but like, you can give roles to the pieces.
Of course.
And like,
you can make story out of it.
Yes. And like in life, you have one piece that is repeated, which is the public or the working class, which is the pawns. This is how I imagined it. This is how I gave you the idea. Like, I think it would be nice, or it would be, I don't know how you can do it, but I think it would be nice if there's something like that. And I don't know if there is out there, maybe a movie or short film about it, but I think it's a very useful idea to try to explore.
there is a lot of movie about chess, but the idea that you said, telling a story only on the board, over the board,
I think
I
that
haven't,
would be
I
a
haven't,
good idea.
I haven't seen it.
Mm.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I like, you know, I have a tornado brain. It's like you can talk to me about anything. I can get ideas out of that. I can squeeze ideas out of that. But sometimes I don't know how to implement those ideas. And sometimes I get an idea and I think it's like the biggest idea on the planet, and it will be wow. And then when I apply the idea, it's just normal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get anything out of it. But what I found out, it's like if I keep trying any idea that I get in my mind, like I recently did with a bar, I did it with a design, like fashion design, and I'm doing it with the books, and I'm doing it with something that we'll do together. I'm sure that one of those things will fail eventually, and some other thing of them like will succeed 100%. Like, thank God I succeeded with architecture. So I hope that I keep getting new ideas and getting into new fields. So in order to expand those fields, ideas, I think you catch them. I don't think you come up with an idea. It's just like idea floating in the sky, and you just have to be open-minded to catch idea, grab it and apply it and see what happens. But most people like are afraid to catch ideas. And this is something you should, I think, if you have the ability to catch those ideas, it's a sin not to apply those ideas or to catch those ideas and apply them into your thoughts. Find a way to put your ideas into life, to give ideas life. So again, I will go back to you, and because I criticize you for not doing more. If I like, this is the same as I told one of my friends that that he's a graphic designer or whatever. I keep criticizing you guys. I think you have more talent than I ever had in my life, and you can do more. And I feel bad watching people waste their talents. I feel bad watching people waste their art. I think you should do more and more and more, push it more. I think you got comfortable. I think when you were poor and you couldn't find a place to live, you did more. You thought more.
I'm still poor.
Yeah, come on. You're not. You're, according to your income, you're the top 1% of the planet, by the way. And
no, not top 1%.
If you just multiply your income, your salary by 12, ignoring whatever other sources of income that you might have, you're the top 1%.
Of course, it my salary gives me some comfort, and I'm not.
I think you got enough safety net. You should risk a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I feel comfortable. And
you shouldn't feel comfortable.
That's why it's easy for me to work with salary.
Yeah,
I don't want. That's why I said I have to be brave in order to create something.
I think you should risk it. You should waste your money and find another way to make more money. But it's not the money should not be the motivator. By the way,
of course,
because the first when I created my own business and I went outside, it's like the first year I really didn't make anything. I was breaking even. I was paying the rent, paying everything, but I was not making a real profit. Real profits came after 1 year and a half of the business. And to be honest, the last 6 months are the 2/3 of my career. Like I made 2/3 of what I made all over my life. So since I started working with companies, before I started my own business, before I started my own investments, since the beginning of that until now, in the last 6 months, I made 2/3 of that.
Mm-hmm.
And for nearly 10 years, I made only 1/3 of what I made in life. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about acquaintances, people I know, connections and projects. And everything.
You have to start from somewhere and then start stepping up.
This is the best return on investment and very delayed return on investment, because I invested my time and my energy and everything for nearly 10 years of my life, and suddenly say the end of last year and beginning of this year, it's like I cannot keep up with what's happening to me. It's like with the stuff that I'm doing, with the opportunities that I'm getting. But then I got to the point, it's like, okay, those opportunities, not because I'm lucky, because I was out there for a long period of time, so I caught all the opportunities I can catch. and I get a little bit greedy, and I want to catch even more. So I think if you stop being lazy and you put yourself more out there, you'll catch more ideas.
No,
Like opportunities.
I don't think I'm lazy, but
I think you
agree.
are.
I agree with you on some
I think
points.
you are. I think you should be more out there. Like I was sleeping for 4 hours since 2014 till 2022. Only 4 hours a day. And he's asking me what you're doing. I'm out. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for clients. I'm looking for information. I'm looking for people. I'm looking for anything. Sometimes I roam the streets. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I hear that there's a new area. They opened a restaurant. I just go and see. Sometimes by just going and seeing, I meet someone. And you meet someone. Okay, you get the connection. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it's useless. And most of the times it was useless. But because I met thousands and thousands of people over 10 years, now out of those thousands, I have hundreds of clients. See.
Yeah,
hundreds of connections. I know someone in everything. I know someone that fixes whatever. Someone in the government. Someone in the building materials. Someone I don't know, for permits.
Yeah, but
so,
you shouldn't compare yourself with.
Now
someone
I'm not
else.
comparing. I'm not comparing. I'm giving you the blueprint. I'm just telling you should put yourself more out there to catch more. That's it. Simple strategy. So
yeah, you are.
I want you to do that because I feel if I had your talent, say, or that other friend of mine that I think he's lazy too, if I have your talent or his talent, I'll be completely in a different place. I just put the work ethic with the same talent.
I understand.
And see what you will achieve.
I understand.
Yeah.
No, I always want to do more.
But
you're right.
You got comfortable.
I got comfortable.
Yeah, you got comfortable. You got the money. You got comfortable. You shouldn't. You should keep pursuing what you love. You should keep pursuing whatever you want to do. Do you have any near future plans or ideas that you want to do that you didn't do yet? Okay, 100% there is, but what are the plans, ideas away from your discipline, away from directing films or making films? What other things that you want to do, that you want to try, that you didn't get the chance to? What do you think there is you want to do?
It's
away from films. Don't go back to the
movies. No, not movies. I want to travel more.
Travel more.
Yeah, I had really the dream of traveling when I was teenager, just to see new countries, to see new cultures, the new places. Recently I even lost that, but now I catch that, and it makes me happy, that the idea of traveling. That's why I asked you about where you traveled recently. Georgia. Yeah.
When you will come back from Georgia?
I'll stay 1 week.
1 week starting when?
Starting next Monday.
Next Monday, okay.
Because
I told you if you came back early, you can come with me to Armenia.
Armenia?
Yeah.
I can enter Armenia actually, but we'll.
You need a visa for that, or you don't?
No, I don't need visa for Armenia. I think it's
you
on
don't need.
It's on arrival.
Yeah, I don't think you need.
Okay, we can keep in touch. But it's I choose to go to Georgia. One of the reasons because it's near, and
same. So bordering with
Armenia.
Bordering even with Turkey.
But by traveling, I mean somewhere
far.
For example, last year I went to India. It was incredible. 2 weeks. I went from a city to another city.
By the way, about that, I talked to you before about that, but I don't know. I never got this feeling that I need to go to visit India. Okay, I know it's a tremendous country. It's a big country, but from some videos I see, from some stuff I see, I don't think it's encouraging to go to.
I know, but you shouldn't.
How was your experience?
You shouldn't just think of a place only it's about that videos that you see online. It was really good. I loved Mumbai. People told Mumbai is crowded. You're not gonna like Mumbai. I love Mumbai more than Goa, which people told me you love Goa more because Goa has nice beaches and it's beautiful resort city. I like Mumbai more because I love because I love the cities. I love seeing new stuff. I love pubs and bars. What I like about Mumbai the most is, there is a lot of different people from different religions. They speak different languages. In a city, they learn how to ignore each other, and they live
together.
Too much, and they're too much. That's really like, it's interesting. You walk in a city. In one city, there is a lot of different cultures.
You want to Goa and Mumbai, right?
Goa, Mumbai, and Bangalore.
Bangalore. Which one do you like the most?
Mumbai.
Okay. You're disapproving of everything that people told me. People told me, okay, you might like Bangalore the most, and Goa, of course, because it's a tourist destination. But Mumbai, people told me stay away from crowded places.
Yeah, Mumbai. Of course, I'm not telling you if you go to Mumbai. I'm not telling you to go to
the city center. Let's say you go to the center of Mumbai.
Yeah.
What do you like?
What do I like? I like in the city center. By city center, if you mean Gateway of India and this old city, it's beautiful architecture. You'll surprise how beautiful is it, because it's mostly European architecture. Okay, it was under British colony. Yeah, it was British colony. You will love the architecture of the old Mumbai. Yeah.
Okay. What about the new Mumbai?
What about the new Mumbai? I like this place called Bandra. It has nice pubs, nice bars. That's what I like about it. Like, and different people, young people, and the thing is they have respect for each other. Even in Turkey, like, if you, as a woman, if you go to bars and stuff, you're not gonna feel as safe as I see.
You think they're more respectful to each other?
Yeah, exactly. They're more respectful to each other. That's what I see. Maybe what. Of course, I'm not saying what I see is always the case.
Yeah,
but what 100%. I see is that.
Yeah, but because I felt a little bit, I felt the same when I went to Malaysia. Even I told you I was driving for the first time in my life. I'm driving at the right side, so I was making stupid mistakes all over the roads, and sometimes I stop suddenly in the middle of the road, like the people that we mock here in the streets. Some people, you have someone stops in the middle of the road, you start honking at them. I was this guy, but here, if I did it in Kuwait, people will honk at me. Probably someone will curse me, but there, I was making very stupid mistakes. I don't know. So should I turn left or right, or where should I go? Because the lanes, everything, the system messes with your brain. So I was stopping in the middle of the road. I see in the mirrors this big line of cars behind me, and all of them, they're stopping. They're waiting for me to take my time. Right? Yeah, they're very, very respectful. You go to any place, you walk in the streets, you feel zero threat. When you walk in the streets, you go to the shops. This is, I felt only and by the way, I felt only in Malaysia. Malaysia feels so safe. I don't know. At 0 point in your life, you feel like threatened. Yeah, I stopped the car and I walked on the streets maybe 2 a.m. It's like you feel okay, everything is safe. Everything is nice. People are nice. And there's not much, I don't know, people are not spoiled. Like, okay, so you want passion. I told you about it. It's very developed country, very, very modern. At least the Kuala Lumpur, the city center. But there is something I loved about it. Okay, there's not someone like at the end of the parking that you will give them the ticket and they will take your money. No. You stop your car, you go pay your ticket, come drive your car, go out. It's like I like it. Okay, we have modernism, but we don't want to make you lazy.
Yeah.
So you first go, and even I went to a big compound that has nice cafes and whatever. I had a meeting there, so I went. Well, I finished the meeting and whatever. I thought like I'm used to everything here, so I started the car. I'm getting out. There's no one to pay to. Where should I pay the ticket? So I asked someone. There's a line of cars behind me, so I blocked the road. So I asked someone, where should I park? where should I pay? She told me you should go inside and pay. So you go inside the building and you find a machine and you put you put your ticket and you pay. So he told me it's okay, leave the car. I told him, but there is like 5 cars behind you. He said, it's okay, it's okay. I left the car and I went. I paid. I came back and everybody was like sitting in their car waiting for me to return. So I felt like, okay, this is how friendly they are. I think.
Imagine you doing that in Kuwait.
In any country, I imagine do it in my country. If I do it in Syria, people will, okay, we'll take the car and I'll go back and there's no car. You know, here, of course, the car will be towed and you have to spend 2 or 3 days in order to get it back.
So, like different city has different necessities. So
yes. And I see Singapore, which was like in the south of Malaysia. I went there. It's like 2-3 hours drive from Kuala Lumpur. But I felt the difference. I didn't like it. I didn't like the vibe.
Like how you have courage of driving like these long distances in a country that you first went, and
it's exciting.
Traffic is
I have
right side.
I have this I don't know. I'll say I'm crazy and I don't mind risking stuff. So I don't mind the consequences. I might get in trouble. It's good. So I'll have a story. And I'll have adventure. I'll have story. For me, it's like this. But I never faced it because of that. Because okay, whatever I get into, I can resolve it. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah. What's the worst? The worst that can happen to you anywhere. You can get in an accident and die.
Yeah, of course.
So I felt like, okay, this is what I did. So I drove all the way to Singapore.
Okay, in Georgia. Where did you drive from? Tbilisi to where?
Tbilisi to outskirts of Georgia. I was near the northern border, but I came back because it was a bit by mistake. I saw a very beautiful waterfall in Google, so I put it in the maps and I started driving.
It took you back to
no. When I put in the maps, I almost like landed in Russia. And you know the problem in the north with Russia. So I almost like went to the Russian borders, but then nice drunk villager stopped the car. Where do you go? They didn't even speak to me, but a nice policeman came and he speaks English and told me, where are you going? I said, like, I showed him the picture. He laughed. He told me, no, it's not here. It's on the bit, but the maps show me how to go. He told me, no, go back. Like this, you will enter Russia. I said, okay. So I returned and I went back to Tbilisi. But Georgia is, okay, but if you tell me what did you love more, it's from the places you visit. Of course, Italy has a special place in my heart for so many reasons. But Georgia is like a city that has a soul, like a country that has a soul. Like Malaysia, it's very shocking to me how good it is.
I think the case is for most of Eastern countries.
Eastern Europe, yes, I guess so. But is it like it has a soul? You love everything. You love the conversation you have with people. A lot of people will tell you the Georgians are not friendly and they're not nice. No, they're nice. They were very nice to me. But if you want them to be nice, you have to talk to them. Don't expect someone to come to you and talk to you for no reason.
Yeah.
Some other countries they will. If you go to Egypt, someone will stop you on the street and will tell you their life story and will ask about your life story. But it's a different situation.
Yeah.
Even if you go, say, to my country, if you go to Syria or you go to Lebanon, no, people are more talkative, but if you talk to them, but they're friendly with you. And in Georgia, you feel like they're ignoring you until you talk to them. And when you talk to them, they are very nice, friendly, helpful, and they are beautiful. Like, this is what I noticed. Beautiful people. Even if you're poor, some people are poor, but they take care of themselves, at least to the minimal degree. You don't have to do too much. You dress in good colors. I don't know. You don't have to wear something new, but it's in good colors. You brush your hair. You don't have to be rich, but you look good. So this is my point. Like, Georgians are good. Like, they look good. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Everything.
I'm excited to see them.
All the old houses and the poor neighborhoods, they have like flowers planted on their balconies. So you feel the small details that I loved. I loved this. Okay, when you go to the villages, the villagers are a little bit more primitive, so to say. but still, I love the country. I got only positive things to say about it. Their wine is beyond description, by the way. It's like I was told about it, but it's like everybody tells you good things about the place that you're going to, but when you really visit it and you try their wine, it's something else. It's probably the best thing I ever tried.
Yeah, I read they have
actually
wine ice
it was
cream. invented
it.
Yeah, it's
There.
invented there.
Yeah, so but there is now a debate between them and the Armenians.
Armenians.
Yes, because the Armenians said, no, it was invented in Armenia.
We'll
see.
We'll see. About Armenia, I'm from Turkey, and there is a lot of countries around Armenia say that, for example, Mount Ararat is not Armenia's, is ours. Turkey says ours. Kurs says it's ours. It's actually, even the name is Armenian. And it's
I
Armenian mount. And a lot of the things that happen in Turkey, the things that found in Turkey, also it used to belong to Armenians, and now Turks says no, it's ours, and Greeks say no.
Yeah, everybody tries to steal or originate the culture. Like 90% of what people think here is Turkish food. I think it's Levantinese food. The Turkish food is something else.
But the thing is, they draw these borders, like let's say 100 years ago. But these foods, this culture was here for hundreds of years.
Exactly.
There wasn't these borders before.
Yes,
like you cannot claim this is my food and this is not yours.
100%.
It's belong to the area.
But belongs to the people.
Belongs to the people.
Yes. It does not belong to a country. It belongs to the people.
There wasn't borders before.
I know, 100%.
Yeah.
So when the debate happened between the Georgians and Armenians, I said, okay, I'll go and see for myself. I'm going there also on a business, but I'll finish the business and I will see.
Yeah.
Let's see, because I got more excited to go to Armenia by the way of reception I got before even I land in Armenia. This is the difference. Georgia was amazing. Of course, I told you I love Georgia. So if you tell me so far before I visit Armenia to count my favorite destinations to go other than my country, because I will be biased and I will tell you that going to Syria will give you the best experience that you ever had in your life, but forget about this. I'll tell you that Italy holds the for me the number one destination that I visited, that I loved for various reasons other than just the food and the nature and the history and whatever. It's like gives me a special feeling, and then I will go to Georgia directly. Georgia is different. We'll see about Armenia.
Yeah,
I'm not interested to visit France.
France? I'm not interested to visiting France too. I'm thinking
UK
about,
probably. UK probably. I'm a little bit interested in visiting the UK, but soon.
Not even UK. I think the Netherlands.
Netherlands. You want to go to why?
Yeah.
Why specifically?
Amsterdam. It's peaceful city. Yeah. I'm not like, I don't know. It's just beautiful city. Like if you want to have a good time. And I have friends there.
Of course, if you want to have a good time.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
So,
for me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.